So we'll quickly go through a threading. It's quite simple. We'll start traditionally in an industrial format. We have two spools, one for the bobbin winding, one for the sewing. As we see more and more people getting machines at home, they tend to just buy one thread, and that's fine. There is no way to declutch the motor. So this motor will always turn the machine at all times. The needle will never stop sewing. So if you are going to sew without, wind a bobbin without sewing, make sure you don't have any thread in the tension assembly or in the needle, or for that matter, a bobbin or a bobbin case in the machine. All right, so thread simply straight up and through the white thread guide here. Some people have asked, does it have to go through this hole or the top hole? No, just through the white hole is fine. To do a winding of a bobbin in here, through this guide, into the tension assembly, and back out that same hole. All right. And then your bobbin goes simply straight onto the bobbin winder, push it all the way in. Now, just through one of the holes is fine. Depends on the thread you're using. Obviously, I can't put a very heavy thread and expect it to break off. But simply all I'm going to do now is, without any fabric, without any thread, no bobbin, no nothing, I'm just going to start sewing. Engage the bobbin winder and it'll start moving. This is 135 thread, so it won't break very easily. Sometimes I'll just hold it and it'll break off. This one won't. So at that point in time, I simply grab my scissors and cut it as short as I can right on the edge. There should be no tail left exposed. You can see that the machine is sewing, but without thread and material, so that's fine. The bobbin will automatically stop when I am done, and it's turned itself off. So if you are using two, you can simply take your thread and hold it underneath there for when you're ready to wind again. Okay. So now, because I'm only using one thread, I'm simply going to take that same thread. I've cut the old one. I'm just going to pinch it under there for the time being. Then we have the thread guides. Traditionally on a Tex 70 or 135, I would go through two holes, down and then back through. It doesn't really matter which two, or three or four. If I'm going with a heavier thread, let's say a 210 or a 270, I would only do one hole. But in this case, what this guide does is, if you see the curl, it actually straightens out the thread, puts a little extra tension to straighten it. Now after that, straight into this thread guide here, into the tension assembly, holding it so I can pull it down into this tension, back around to this tension, going in a serpentine fashion, and then underneath the check spring, and I simply hold the thread and pull tight, and it clicks in. After that,
paging
up through here.
Chris Jensen 101, Chris Jensen 101.
Sorry for the background noise. Here, take up lever, and here. Now, I'm going to follow all the way down to this guide. Oops, there we go. And then through here, this guide here. Now, the needle bar thread guide right above the needle. And at this point in time, it's hard to see the needle, so I'm just going to drop the foot in from the left to the right. There I am. Now, let's put the bobbin into the bobbin case. Hold the bobbin case like such. Put the bobbin in. The bobbin should turn clockwise. Put it to the side as I'm pinching the thread with my thumb. I'm going to put it into this slot like this, and now it's in here. Okay, so the easy way to do this, I can show you another way. I traditionally just put it in by hand, but I'm going to show you We're gonna zoom in a little bit here for you and get a little bit closer. There we go. Let's see if we can do this.